Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm going to read a couple, well, what's one today, kettlebell questions off of our Swing This Kettlebell Instagram page. All right, so this is from Zach. It says, I'm getting into kettlebells more to help supplement my jiu-jitsu training. I'm just confused on how to start. Just do one exercise for a couple sets and switch, or do flows, or both? I guess I just looked at too much information and now I'm confused due to that. Thanks for any advice. Okay, absolutely. So this is a really important thing because there's so many people getting into kettlebell training currently. And what I'm seeing is there's people that have had a lot of experience in other types of lifting, or there's people that have never really lifted weights at all. A kettlebell by itself, if you don't have much resistance training experience, is going to be kind of tough to have. I mean, it is. So dumbbells, fat bells are incredibly easier. Barbells are incredibly easier. It's not going to beat you up when you're using them. But if you're doing jiu-jitsu, you're already getting beat up anyway. But so what I would do is learn the basics first and don't even worry about conditioning or anything like that, doing fancy things. That's what I see so much of, is people doing all this fancy shit from these trainers that have had a lot of experience, and they're showing up these programs and saying, oh, check out this new awesome program, whatever. It's because they're fucking experienced and they have all this stuff. I like to put out a lot of basic exercises and basic form stuff for people, because then they can work their way up to doing a lot more things. Like, I just put out a heavy overhead squat with kettlebell. If you're not ready for that, you shouldn't even be trying it. Start at the absolute basics. So, your deadlift, you have kettlebell swings, you have kettlebell cleans, you have pressing, lunges, carries, all those things. And then you can put them together into doing like a Turkish get up, which people think that's a basic exercise. It's not an exercise. It's a series of movements that you shouldn't even be doing unless you're used to doing those movements correctly in a row. So anyway, what can we do? I'm going to put a link to my Swing This Fundamentals. Okay. I think everybody should do it because I wrote it for that reason. So maybe I'll put a big discount on it so people can use it. And I'll put a couple other links to some of the best videos that I think you should start with. But at the same time, flows, I think, are absolutely silly for a person just getting into kettlebell training. You just, like I said, any chance for injury, let's just say you're not used to handling a kettlebell and it's rotating and you're getting drilled on the forearm and the wrist all the time just because you want to try flows and stuff like that. Okay, just the chance that it messes stuff up, and then you don't train. So it's kind of pointless. So until you're really good at the basics, don't do flows. Come on. But anyway, so there's kettlebell sport too. People can get into that, but I'd still just work with your regular stuff. But yeah, I'm not even a big fan of flow unless I'm doing, just playing. Okay. So, but that's the thing. Playing isn't really working towards strength goals. Like, I don't see hardly anybody out there doing a lot of kettlebell flows that are working for strength. So complexes where you're doing a couple exercise or a couple reps or chains, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Do things like that. Do maybe like 5 deadlifts, 5 swings, 5 cleans, or whatever it is, It could be in reverse. It could be 5 cleans, 5 swings, 5 deadlifts, and then set it down. Things like that. You could do a pyramid where you do 4 of each and then rest, and then 3 of each and heavier. Things like that. It's very, very similar to just traditional weightlifting. Sets. If you want to do sets of 10, but think about that. The exercises for kettlebell training to help you with jiu-jitsu and stuff, the crossover, the carryover is incredible. So even if you're lifting like let's say a bodybuilder or a power lifter or something like that doing, you know, 4 sets of 15 kettlebell swings, it's great because it's still going to work on power, speed, balance, stability, and all that stuff. Okay. Excuse me, single arm kettlebell stuff like unilateral work. I mean, that's why it's so good, because it's going to balance left to right. Okay. Ladders are really good. If you're doing presses, since it's not a barbell, do 5 presses on your right, 5 on your left, 4 on your right, 4 on your left, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Things like that. One arm swings you can do in the same fashion. Okay, so a lot of these things, if you just stick to basics, and like I said, I'll put out some links down below where I think you can go to, or even join, you know, what we're doing on our online Zoom coaching and stuff like that. I'll put links for all that stuff. Okay. So anyway, Joe at Swing This, like I said, just take it simple. Take this time where you're at home just to learn and pour over some of this information. Like I said, our YouTube channel has over, I'd say 1,100 videos. 90% of that stuff's kettlebell. Okay. And that's Swing This 1. So anyway, talk to you soon. You're already on there. So see you soon.